Hi, this is Alkan. Welcome back to my channel. Well, this is the original story I wanted to bring you earlier, but the Malibu earthquake took center stage. Again, it's about earthquakes, and I don't know how to put this, but somehow a specific earthquake from a year ago is bringing some interesting conversation on social media. I mean, it's an earthquake, but I don't know why. But here it is. It's from the Cool Down. This is a publication never heard of before by Christian Dolan. It says people spread concerning rumors on social media following massive earthquake. We need to pause and think for a moment. So, in January of 2024, a powerful 7.6 magnitude earthquake struck the northern region of Japan, Ishikawa Prefecture, killing nearly 500 people and leaving many without homes, according to Nippon.com. However, its footage began to circulate online. Some people were speculating and spreading misinformation about the event. I mean, it's an earthquake, and sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong. As as NHK World reported, the meteorology agencies describe it as a reverse fault quake where the bedrock split and one side slide over the other. In other words, completely normal natural seismic activity. However, some individual online speculated it wasn't a natural event, but a man-made one. Cato University professor Noshirimi Tokia said it would be impossible for humans to cause an earthquake at a depth of one that hit Noto per NHK World. I mean, it depends on the situation. I mean, when the World Trade Center collapsed back in 2001, it did register as a small earthquake. If you're mining sometime or doing work on the oil fields, and sometimes you can produce earthquakes. Some are small, some as big as 4 point on the Richter scale. But not every earthquake could be produced by a human being, especially the big one. The surface moves upward as much as 4 meters or 13 feet, and some parts of the north coast of the Noto Peninsula, says Eric Fielding, a geophysicist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. I don't know what's that going to do with it. The uplift is large because the fault erupted close to the surface at depth about 10 kilometers, 6 miles. It occurred on a fault with a steep dip angle, and the south side of the fault moved upwards, what we call a thrust earthquake. However, earthquake conspiracy theories swell, alleging that secret government technology undersea experiments caused the quake. Humanities and Social Service communication documents of this discussion. There are about 250,000 posts of this kind in just in a day, with some garnering millions of likes. Fake rescues and charity requests also begins to spread. Well, that we know about. Misinformation about natural causes can have damaging consequences. Not only can fake news influence the public perception, but it can distract from credible advice on safety measures and the victim's assistance. Conspiracy theories can make the public distrust scientists and policymakers, making it harder to implement effort disaster response strategy. Misinformation people are also more likely to unprepared or at risk of future emergencies. To deal with rumors, we need to reflect on our own behavior, starting with the realization that our cells are subject to believing them, though we are always be circumspect about the information we're exposed to, says Yamaguchi Sashichi, an associate professor at the International University of Japan, in a case study on Nippon earthquake for Nippon.com. Yamaguchi added that it's important to verify information. We check its reliability by looking at how other media or individuals are treating the information, or by conducting an image search. There are many ways to verify sources, And it was true that checking each one single time is difficult when we are drowning in a flood of information. We need to pause and think about for a moment to check before sharing information. I mean, when we had that big earthquake in Turkey a few years ago, and I saw how big it was, it's a 7.0 on the Richter scale. I'm figuring there's got to be some major damage or casualties, but I had to say, right now we had no information about any injury or casualties because it was early in the earthquake, and it's going to take time for information to flow. And yeah, but what we didn't know was the earthquake was not centered where they said it centered originally. It said it was central Turkey, it was southern Turkey, and part of Syria was affected by this earthquake. hmm Let's see what else it says. So people spread concerning rumors on social media following mass earthquakes. We need to pause and think for a moment first appearing on cool down. And that's about it. But like I said, you know, information on earthquakes, it depends on the situation. I mean, you know, you may not have nobody out there when I have a big earthquake, or you might have a situation where you have the whole world media out there, like what happened in the Bay Area back in 1989, October 17. They had the World Series between the Oakland A's and the San Francisco Giants, and the earthquake stopped the ball game. But then all the reports about what was happening from the Santa Clara Mountains all the way up to what was happening in the Bay Area, they were able to take photos of the Bay Bridge on the eastern section that was damaged. And then they saw I-80, the Cypress Expressway, collapse on top of the upper level top, the bottom one. You couldn't fake that. But yes, you do have a problem that people try to use these events to try to raise money, and not for legitimate reasons. So yeah, that I understand. But everybody's trying to report it because it's happening. Not everybody's trying to be malicious or anything, and it's not an easy thing to try to make an earthquake. Like I said, producing an earthquake this big, it's not possible by a human being. I mean, they had a plot for a movie like that. The last Roger Moore movie, A View to a Kill. But in reality, I don't think anybody could produce a mine that big and then put all that dynamite on top of the fall, trying to make it to go boom. It doesn't work that way. I mean, if the fault wants to go, it's gonna go. You can't force it. You can't nudge it. You can't tell it what to do. It's just gonna look at you and laugh at you like, I go when I want to go. Sorry. That's not how it works. Once in a while, you can produce a small earthquake, but nothing like a big earthquake. It's impossible. That's only nature could do some of these things. Fake news, and you can't produce a fake earthquake. It's not possible. I mean, you can look it up on Google and stuff. They're going to tell you what a small earthquake by mining or oil field or something, or a collapsing mine. Small earthquake, but nothing huge as a big earthquake like in Japan or California or the other places. It's not humanly possible to do such a thing. Zakai saying so long for now, and don't forget to stop.